When I stepped out into the bright sunlight from the darkness of the movie house, I had only two things on my mind: Paul Newman and a ride home.
Starting off strong with the first line of the book, I was excited but apprehensive. And with every line, I was hooked. This is one of the best songs. It felt like I was reading the book with sound. The only detail that bugs me ever since I heard it for the first time, the story takes place in 1965. At least according to some editions of the book, not 1967, which is the year of release of the book. Apart from a few minor inconsistencies with the novel, this song represents the spirit of The Outsiders to a T.
Let it be known that Ponyboy Curtis of the east side of Tulsa, Oklahoma, is about to be officially...
This song is both hilarious and heartfelt and explains what greasers are. Although I love the whole spelling out of greaser thing, and that we are introduced to the gang beautifully, why is Dallas the main singer? I'm not too mad at it, because Dallas encourages Ponyboy to be more like him, unfeeling, rebellious and crooked in the book. Still, during the first half of the story, they have no affinity. While Soda Pop's solo is freaking entertaining.
G's for getting the girls every time cause you got a resistible charm. R is for reeling them in and they keeping the prettiest one on your arm.
Daryl's nearly brought me to tears.
Being a greaser is playing your hand even when there's no way you can win. It's proving them wrong even when they've decided the winner before you begin.
I will always love all their different views on what it means to be a greaser. Grease definitely has got a hold on me.
So Ponyboy, I think it's time you learn. What? You wanna be James D.
I get tired of working my hands to the bone.
Something I noticed is how differently they built Daryl's character. In his songs, he is very vocal about his feelings, his disappointment, his anger, etc. I understand that this may be necessary in musical theater, and of course, that is his struggle. In the book, though, he struggles in silence and bears his pain behind a wall of ice. It is very strange to see him being so loud and expressive, blowing up all the time. I am also bothered about the line where he says he dropped out of school. I feel as though it is pretty important to note that he did not drop out. He graduated high school with excellent grades and a football scholarship. He just did not have the funds to get into college. Still, the original version does not change his character too much, especially since it is a monologue to himself. Overall, I just feel less empathy for Daryl in the songs than the book made me feel.
No matter which way I go, I don't know what them boys would ever do without me.
Lately I've been thinking about that little orphan boy whose parents...
At the beginning of the book, Ponyboy reads the book Great Expectations for school and compares his life to the experiences of the main character. The song is very touching with mentions of Daryl and Johnny, which we love to see. There is this absolute gem as well.
I look around at all of my friends and still I feel alone. I would follow them to battle, but their stories are not my own.
And I love the many references to storytelling, which remind us that Ponyboy is writing The Outsiders, not only starring in it.
When the week is over and school is out, Friday at the drive-in's what it's really about.
This is one of my least favorite songs from the album. In my opinion, it does a terrible job at relaying the feeling of the nightly double drive-in. And as much as I understand that they are trying to show us how Sherry is perceived, it is explicit both in the book and the movie that she is not enjoying herself that night, or when she is participating in the depicted activities. This song was trying to be big fun from the Heathers, and it just flops.
Yes, it's Friday night at the drive-in.
I honestly always associated Big Fun with Associates. It just sounds so much better as well, way less cheesy.
The folks are gone. It's time for big fun. Big fun. We're up till dawn, having some big fun. Big fun. When mom and dad forget to lock the liquor cabinet.
Suddenly it seems that I could talk to you for hours.
I loved almost everything about this song. The friendship between Sherry and Ponyboy is one of The Outsiders' many charms. Unfortunately, I cannot help but notice that this song sounds like a ballad. Allusions to Sherry and Ponyboy wanting a romantic relationship are also made in Justice for Tulsa, which I simply hate. The fact is, Ponyboy is impressed and perhaps attracted to Sherry, but he keeps this to himself. She is 2 or 3 years older than him, and notably develops a crush on Dallas, despite her instant connection with Ponyboy. This song still remains very close to my heart. It's imperfect, but awesome.
I'd rather breathe and fight a rumble, but greasers have to go alone.
Taking care of family is feeling overrated.
I genuinely have hatred for this train wreck of a reprise. If they wanted to write a whiny, emotional song, it should have been with Ponyboy. You simply cannot pretend to love and understand the outsiders and then write such slanderous garbage. They did my man Daryl so wrong. Focusing on his supposed regret and his supposed desire to abandon his brothers is beyond absurd. In the book, while Ponyboy believes that Daryl hates his pets, it is plain to the readers that he does not feel that way. He does nothing but try to protect Ponyboy and steer him on a better path in his own cold and commanding way. Another aspect I hated is Ponyboy fighting back. At that point in the story, Pony never would have raised his voice against Daryl. He only does so to defend Soda Pop, a great moment that they erased completely. Instead, he makes the awful claim that Daryl hates his life and tells him to leave them and stop trying to replace their parents. Instead of a complex, nuanced, and heartbreaking scene, we get a messy spat between bickering teenage boys.
Far away from Tulsa, way outside of town.
I cannot say no to a song about Ponyboy's dreams of the country. His yearning for a life outside of Tulsa, where he can be more than a greaser, is beautifully portrayed. And I know this is a friendship song, but hear me out.
Let's leave this behind. Let's just get up and go. Find a new place to call home. Make a new life we can call our own. Someplace where we can be free.
Who would ship Sherry with Ponyboy when Johnny is out here singing like that about them together?
And you could read our stories, and outside in the yard we'd have ourselves a garden, but we wouldn't work too hard.
And the Great Expectations sample is so perfect.
But it's all before the taking. Just a leap of faith away. I've got great expectations. No, we did not see a soul. We didn't know where else to go. We had to come to you.
The moment when Johnny and Ponyboy go to Dallas for help after Johnny killed Bob is one of the many magnificent scenes of the book, and it is very well executed in the movie as well. In my opinion, this song somehow does not convey the same intensity as the original scene from the novel. However, the samples from all the other songs layered together is just enough to remind us of the whirlwind of emotions they're feeling, along with the dire situation they are in.
Run, run, brother. Let's leave this behind. Let's just get up and go. Run, take cover. Now there's just everywhere. If you're not born into money, then you won't get out while you can. Justice for Tulsa. Search this town high and low.
This one is interesting because we get a brand new vision. We follow the action in Tulsa while Pony and Johnny were busy crying and cuddling in the abandoned church. Dallas's interrogation is too obvious and boring in my opinion, but welcome. I do have a grudge against the whole assumption that Sherry and Ponyboy were flirting, but it's part of the story that Bob believed that, even if it's awful and outdated.
Bob went crazy when he saw you with that greaser kid. You held his hand at the concession stand. I saw it all, you know just what you did.
Overall, I really like this song. We finally get to see Sherry standing up for the greasers, and the town's reaction is flawlessly cruel. War between East and West is declared at the end, and I loved that part.
I don't think you understand. Bob was not a jealous man.
Death's at my door, calling my name.
The whole idea that Ponyboy brings death to all those around him is masterfully painful. And we all know I love a traumatized character. The way he is pleading Johnny to ditch him and blames himself for Bob's death is such a cool new perspective on their situation. Yeah, also they're totally not in love, just a reminder.
I don't believe in the death that you're bringing. The reason I'm living is you. Wherever you go, that's where I'll be. Even if death tags along, I don't mind. It's still you and me. I'll never leave you alone.
Soda, I'm really a mess. Every night I worry myself to sleep.
Well, would you look at that? Another bad Daryl song. I'm shocked. Honestly, this one is much better. I am being harsh. I think Soda Pop's presence salvaged the song by forcing the writers to bring back the Daryl we know and love. Strong, but shaken by the thought of losing Ponyboy. I was also very appreciative that we see Soda Pop shine as something else than a goofy ladies' man. His understanding side is highlighted a lot in the book, and is shown here. I was glad to witness Daryl and Soda's bond at last.
Ponyboy, this house ain't a home without you.
Soda Pop's feelings are expressed, but the house that is not home bit is slightly cheesy, and I would forgive it if the song was not so bland. In the book, Soda Pop's letter is full of life and expertly written. This song just falls short. It's good, but far from great. It just makes me want to go read the real letter from The Outsiders.
Well, I woke up this morning, hungover from the night before. I picked up.
At first, I was thrilled to hear my beloved 2-bit, and then they incorporated Soda Pop, which is random. I thought that, and I love him deeply, as we know. Then, suddenly the song was about how people might start respecting greasers, which is not at all mentioned in the book. I just feel like the vibe of this wonderful scene in the novel is lost here. It is supposed to be humorous and challenging the image of greasers as hoods. Instead, they made this weird, hopeful, celebratory song about becoming normal citizens. This is even stranger coming from 2-bit and Soda Pop, who do not mind being greasers. Both of them are very unbothered to be labeled as greasers, proud even.
Yeah, that's how they got to be the front page story. Yeah, hoods turned heroes.
A battle's raging in my head. I swear.
This song sort of summarizes the iconic conversation that Sherry and Ponyboy have before the famous Rumble. I cannot be against, frankly, a Sherry monologue. Yet I found it peculiar that they snatched a line, which is pretty much Randy's most recognizable quote. You'll still be the losers, destined to fail, and we'll be the lucky ones. And had Sherry sing it.
You'll still be the losers, destined to fail, and we'll be the lucky ones.
We know Sherry and Randy share the same opinions, but it is still weird to hear her be so crude and disrespectful about it. It worked better with Randy's character to say these harsh things.
Come on, boys, ready your fist. It's time to do what we do.
55 seconds of our favorite boys hyping themselves up to beat those socials heads in. Don't mind if I add this to my playlist.
Those boys want trouble and it's on its way. Fight!
Ponyboy, you need to really think about this. You know, Mom and Dad wouldn't let you fight, not in a million years. Let me fight for you, Ponyboy, please.
Hey, listen up! Do it for Johnny!
For Johnny! Those boys want trouble and it's on its way. Fight! Those boys want trouble and it's on its way. Fight!
Little brother.
Dallas' self-induced death. A culminating point of the masterpiece and a perfect portrait of a tortured character finally blowing up at the face of insurmountable pain, causing his own violent and bitter end. As you can tell, this scene is close to my heart, and the song would have needed to be phenomenal to live up to my expectations. And it is not. Dallas's explosion of emotions should be spectacular. This song is about the frantic and brutal despair of a boy who wants to die. Why are we getting a soft-spoken speech about how the socialists want to spit on greasers? You're telling me this guy, who grew up with gang violence, who punched a wall and robbed a store 5 minutes ago, is singing gently about losing his little brother? Of course not! He is grieving in a fast, messy, hurtful way, and decides to end it all. This song does not express that, not in a coherent way with his character.
Does anybody care?
I've seen a pool of blood run crimson red.
I have one word. Gorgeous. This song feels exactly like Johnny from the novel. His wish for Ponyboy to stay gold is wonderfully expressed through a poetic set of lyrics. They nailed Johnny's last moments. Also, listen to this part where he more or less professes his love for Ponyboy.
I have known love that many never know, and that love lives on no matter where I go.
Okay, maybe it's about the boys replacing his horrible parents, but come on. And they put a quote from Johnny's letter, one of my favorites from the entire book.
There's still a lot of time to make yourself what you want, Ponyboy. There's still a whole lot of good in the world. Tell Dally. I don't think he knows.
Daryl, you're the toughest guy I know.
We can skip over the obvious 1967 mistake. The book takes place in 1965 and everyone gets it. But now this finale, aw freaking some, the spoken parts from Ponyboy's team, woven with such hard, crushing testimonies from him to his brothers. And the end of the song, listen to that.
Looking down Johnny Cato's